Hi, my name is Ben, and I make movies. And welcome back to another episode of Film Fix, the show where I take movies that were good but not great and talk about how they could have been improved. This week is going to be slightly different. Usually when I'm making an episode of Film Fix, I only pick movies that I really feel could have been improved by just a few changes. If I don't walk out of a movie and think, oh, if you just changed this and this and this, the movie would be so much better, I usually don't make an episode. That's one reason why, even though there have been plenty of less than great movies that I've seen, I haven't made that many episodes. All too often, I'll just see a movie that's not very good, and I'm not sure how it could be fixed without a page one rewrite. This week, I saw Detective Pikachu, and there were certain things about it that I would have done differently. But I'm not entirely sure this movie needs fixing. It's already really fun, and the things I would have done differently weren't bad, just odd. So consider this less of a how to fix episode and more of an alternate take on the material. Anyways, all of those caveats aside, let's go ahead and talk about how Detective Pikachu could have been fixed. First off, don't make Detective Pikachu. Just make a normal Pokemon movie. Now this is a little bit of an unfair criticism, as Detective Pikachu was specifically the property that Nintendo sold to Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers didn't actually have the rights to make any other form of Pokemon movie. But that being said, speaking from a purely hypothetical perspective, a straight-up adaptation of the game or TV show would have made for a much more compelling movie. The best parts of Detective Pikachu are when it takes a break from the mystery aspect of the story and just focuses on the things we love about Pokemon. Pokemon battles, people catching Pokemon, and people interacting with Pokemon in their day-to-day lives. If this movie had played out more like a traditional sports drama about someone who wants to be the very best like no one ever was and to become the Pokemon champion, it would have felt more faithful to what we grew up loving so much about Pokemon. But they didn't have that option, so let's talk about how to fix the movie we actually got. Spoilers. Duh. Now, early in the movie, I had this weird feeling that Pikachu was going to turn out to be Tim's dad at the end. And I was hoping they wouldn't go that route, but then they did. Which led to a very bizarre ending with the villain's plans being to combine people with Pokemon, which felt bizarre to me. Like, I get he would want to have a stronger body because his was broken, but why does he want to turn everyone into Pokemon? He says it's because Pokemon evolve, but not all Pokemon evolve? And being merged with a Weedle or a Kakuna wouldn't be much of an upgrade, even if you evolved into a giant bee. Kind of felt like the end of The Amazing Spider-Man, where the lizard decides he wants to turn everyone into lizards for some reason. Now, this weirdly all kind of ties together and gives the main character some good pathos with his dad, but I still just felt like it didn't quite work. So here's my pitch. Do you remember when they first got a hold of that gas and it's marked with an R? In that moment, I thought it was going to be revealed that Team Rocket was going to be behind the whole thing. Instead of having a villain try to turn everyone into Pokemon, what if the villain was secretly Giovanni, the head of Team Rocket, who's made himself into an influential businessman kind of like Kingpin and Daredevil? Tim's dad would have discovered that the mayor of the town was secretly a dangerous gangster, as well as his plans to use Mewtwo as a super weapon against any who stood in his way. The gas that drives Pokemon insane could have been used as a suppressant to control Mewtwo's mind. Also, maybe replace Bill Nighy with Ken Watanabe because he'd make a really good Giovanni. And so, suddenly, the mystery that Tim and Pikachu slowly uncover is one of conspiracy, as a dangerous criminal is basically taken over an entire city. And some might think that's a bit dark for a kids movie, but that's a large part of the games, going around and taking down whatever gang is prominent in that region. Come to think of it, gang wars, organized animal fighting, even gambling, Pokemon was kind of dark. Anyways, I felt one of the narrative threads that was kind of left hanging in the movie was Tim's former dream of being a Pokemon trainer. I assumed that the dream died because his mom died, but that was never really clearly stated. So maybe clear that up a little bit and pay it off at the end with Giovanni and him having a Pokemon battle with Pikachu and Mewtwo. Now, you may say that's already what happened, but I mean a real Pokemon battle with Tim shouting commands at Pikachu like a real trainer, which could then end basically in the same way, with Tim managing to destroy the mind control device allowing Mewtwo to defeat Giovanni by himself. This could have provided a nice character arc for Tim, as well as making it feel more like a true Pokemon movie with a throwback to the classic fights. After that, Mewtwo could maybe reunite Tim with his dad like he did in the original movie, providing a similar ending. Also, make the Bulbasaur say Bulbasaur instead of mewing like cats. Like every other Pokemon in the movie says its name. Can we have some consistency here? Thanks. Anyways, those are some of the things that I would have liked to have seen in Detective Pikachu, but how about you? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching.